Hi everybody, this is Olivia, and today we're going to switch things up just a little bit. We are going to make some dangle lines that are a combination of masculine and feminine. And some of them will be single lines and some will be multiples. We're just going to kind of have fun with it today. This first one that we're doing is obviously a multiple line one, so I think you might be able to see some of the pencil lines. But if not, for sure you'll be able to see the marker lines. This one kind of reminds me a little bit of like I don't know, violin strings or a harp or something like that. I really like it. Now, what I'm doing on these as well is I'm putting, like right now, you see the little circles I'm drawing. I'm trying to add in a few little things to give you an idea of where I probably would put some embellishments. But you don't have to, you could just have straight lines. And on the second and fourth line, I didn't add anything. Just mostly so you could see what it would look like with just straight lines. Well, they're curved, but you know what I mean. Leaving you a place to add something there. And this one, I have both kind of swirls. The masculine swirl at the very bottom, and then the two feminine swirls on either side. The masculine swirl to me almost reminds me of, like, say if you had a chandelier, you know, the crystals hanging down. I don't know why. So this is like a violin crystal chandelier. I don't know. But at any rate, you see how easy these are to do. Just take a little bit of imagination and mix in some masculine with some feminine, and you got it. And I try to mix the feminine lines themselves, the longer lines, with the masculine. Like the two on the outside vertical are even ever so slightly, they're feminine. And the one that goes down the middle and the horizontal one, they're masculine. So I tried to play with a mix of both. Okay, now in this next one, this is a little more confusing for me to try to explain. When I drew it initially, I of course drew a center line down, but then it evolved. So I was trying to think how would be the best way to draw this to give you an idea. So even though it might not be the most accurate, because I'm not drawing the straight middle line first, this will give you an idea. I'm drawing the left line, then the right line, and then part of the middle. And the reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to show you what it would kind of look like if you were to draw your lines before you draw different dangle elements, like, you know, embellishments and things. So this gives you a really nice angled line on both sides till you get closer to the bottom half, a little past the bottom half, and then you see where the swirls have been started with a feminine line. And now I'm going down and doing the bottom center section, which is straight. But if you look at the swirl that I'm doing, it is a combination of a masculine swirl and a feminine swirl. Like one line is straight, the next line has a curve, next line straight, next one has a curve, that kind of thing. Now right there, that would be like the bones. And now I'm going back into the top and adding different parts to make it look more complete. Like it almost looks like an arrow. And now I'm going down the center with a line and adding a little circle for an embellishment. And then that shape that I created with the two outer lines, I am putting an embellishment inside that echoes that shape, which would be kind of like a diamond shape where the top half is masculine and the bottom half is feminine. Okay. And now I'm going to go onto either side and just put some straight lines down, which are places to attach things, and adding little circles. Now, mind you, these aren't very detailed. The whole point was really to show you where, might be a good place to add some lines and some dangles. So I'm trying to make this a little bit more complete than the prior two videos where it was just mostly all about either masculine lines or feminine lines, that backbone. Okay? So this gives you an idea of how you would draw it and then go back in and add some other elements. Okay? And now in this next one, it was not intentional, but this thing reminds me of like a centipede or a millipede or some sort of a bug. Like I said, it was not intentional. Okay, so what I'm doing is going in and making it just a feminine wavy line. And then I'm going to go back in and make these masculine horizontal bars with little masculine lines coming off of those, which is supposed to be a place to add embellishments at the end of those little lines. So if you do that, it would end up not looking like a centipede or millipede. It just does right now. And this is probably the most simple one on this page. There's really not a whole lot to say about this one other than don't pay attention to the itty bitty tiny little bug at the bottom of the millipede or centipede. I was outside drawing this. I wanted to get some good vitamin D3 and enjoy the nice weather. So, along with that comes a bug or two. And he's really enjoying it. Oh, and if you'll notice on these horizontal bars that I'm drawing, I did not measure them. And I did not make for sure they were perfectly horizontal. Okay, that's one of the little bit of the charm, I think, with dangles is it's not supposed to be perfect. I mean, it can be if you want, but that's not its intended purpose. Oh, our little bug went away. Okay, on to the next one. This one is kind of flamboyant, takes up a lot of space. It's pretty out there into the coolness realm. And it's starting off with one of those masculine diamond type swirls. And now all the three lines are going to come off of the center of that. Okay, so it looks like this diamond on top is flowing out into, I don't know, like waves or something. And then each one ends in a really large feminine swirl. And now while I'm drawing this, I would like to ask you to please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe. I would love it. Hit the bell notification to be notified of future videos. And I would love to hear comments. Well, read comments. Can't very well hear them. But read the comments. So if you feel so inclined, please let me know how you like this. Or if there's any other type you would like for me to do. Okay? Okay. And if you would like to contribute to my channel to help keep it up and going, below in the description box, you'll find a link to Patreon and also to PayPal for a one-time contribution if you're interested. Thank you. Okay, back to this wavy, swirly dangle. Now at the bottom of each one of these lines, bottom of each one of these wavy lines, I have put a straight line at the bottom just about in the center of the swirl. And my intention for that is obviously for you to put some sort of embellishment or charm or something on the end of those vertical lines. Now, one thing to mention is I kind of ran out of paper at the bottom. If the paper would have been longer, I would have made that center line at the bottom of the center wavy line longer. But I didn't have enough room, so that's why it's kind of on the short side. And now the next one I am going to draw, I was thinking it kind of reminded me a little bit of kind of like an Art Deco type. It had that little bit of an Art Deco feel to it, to me. And if you notice, almost every one of these I have related to a something. Violin, harp, centipede, millipede, water. But the only one I didn't was the second one. Well, maybe I did say there was an arrow on it. I don't know. But they all seem to remind me of something. And this one is not as short as the other videos, but it's fairly short too. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm almost at the end. And I hope you give this a try, mixing some of the masculine with some of the feminine and creating some really fun dangle lines. And if you do, please comment and let me know what you created. I would love to know. This is one of the most fun parts of this, is hearing what you've done, how you've created something. Okay, well, that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoyed the video, and I hope you give it a try. Much love, Olivia.